Hi English students, this is Mrs. Peacock, and at this point we need to talk about the descriptive narrative essay, which is the first essay you have for your English 101 class. This is a mini-term course, so we will cover the same number of essays in half the time of the semester, so the due dates will come pretty quickly for both the rough drafts and final drafts. So if you do have any questions, please let me know. Also, highly recommend going to see the Writing Center tutors at our Writing Center, because not only do they tutor you for free, but they can give you extra assistance on every essay in this course. So highly recommend checking them out. If you do have any questions about where the Writing Center is or how to set up an appointment, please let me know. I'll be happy to help you set up that appointment, or you can do a walk-in as well. So for the descriptive narrative essay, this type of essay provides the reader with a picture in words. It creates a verbal picture of a person, place, or thing. The writer creates a subjective impression by observing and recording specific details that appeal to the reader's sense of sight, hearing, taste, smell, and touch. The descriptive essay requires colorful details to support the writing. Please let me know if you have any questions or concerns. So notice there's an emphasis on specific details. So instead of telling me the beach is pretty, you need to describe what the waves sounded like and how the sun reflected on them, and the seagulls above you, and what the sensation of the sand feels like on your toes. Give me such specific details that I, as a reader, can imagine what you saw and what you experienced within that moment. Because if you're very vague, if you just say the beach is beautiful, the reader can't truly imagine what you saw and what you experienced as the person who's writing the essay. Rough draft due date is when you turn in a rough draft, which means that it may have grammar errors, it may have formatting problems, it may be missing your thesis statement. A rough draft is rough around the edges, and that's okay. All of these essays, you can have rough drafts and then final drafts for most of your essays in English 101. For the rough draft, you submit those into the discussion board so that your peers or your classmates can read over your essay and give you good feedback on how to revise your essay to make it better. And that way, when you turn in your final draft, it'll be revised and polished, and it'll be an essay that's ready for me to grade. So your rough drafts are always turned into the discussions for peer review. This rough draft is due Wednesday, January 17th by midnight. And your final drafts are due in the content area of Blackboard. So if you click into the content folder, you'll see weekly folders, and you just click into the week that corresponds to when the final draft is due, and you submit that electronically into the final draft area, which will literally say descriptive narrative final draft, where you submit it. But the final draft for this essay will be Wednesday, January 24th by midnight. You'll turn that into the Content Week 3 folder. This essay is worth 15% of your final grade, so a chunk of the grade, but not nearly as much as, say, the research paper later on in the semester. The length of this essay should be between 500 and 750 words in length. If you do go over 750, that's all right. You won't get counted off, but I don't want you to do a 2,000-word behemoth essay and get similar credit to someone who turned in a 500-word essay. So try to stick within that range or close to the 500-word range, not only so that you don't overwhelm yourself with a massive amount of work, but also so that it's fair, so that you're not doing quadruple the amount of work as other classmates. So just try to stick to that range. For formatting, it's 12-point Times New Roman font, double space with MLA heading and style. The best example in your book is on page 162. It has a really good example. I'll actually grab the book for you so you can see exactly what I'm referring to. The Little Seagull textbook. Highly recommend keeping this close by as you write your essays, not only for formatting, but once we get to the research paper, we'll use it quite a bit for other purposes as well. Excuse me, it was 192, not 162. But this page shows what MLA formatting should look like. So notice it would have your name, the professor's name, the course, and then the due date. Also notice there's a title at the top that's centered, and your page number is going to be in the upper right hand corner with your last name next to it. Page 192 is really helpful, so I'd go ahead and bookmark that one in your textbook. So But they will always be MLA heading and style. So every essay, it's helpful to refer back to that page 192 to give you a guide so that as you're typing, you can format it correctly. Here are the topic ideas I have for this essay, but if you do wish to submit your own idea to me, simply email me through course mail or through my Outlook mail. I'm very responsive, especially Monday through Thursday, so definitely just send me an email and explain that you have a cool topic idea you want to consider, but make sure you get approval before you write about it, because I want to make sure that it does fulfill what this genre is asking for. So a really cool idea for a paper would be a holiday or celebration with your family. I've gotten some really good ones about Halloween, Christmas, 4th of July, Cinco de Mayo, some of those holidays that are especially festive and fun for your family. And you can describe the traditions your family has for each holiday or that specific holiday that you choose. You could write about an unforgettable moment in your life. I've had some students who are parents and they write about when they first met their baby, whenever the baby was born. But unforgettable could also be negative. So I've had other students that write about a car accident or something they regret later on. So a fun vacation that you've taken in real life or in your dreams. So that could be a vacation you actually went on or your dream vacation that you hope to go on one day. Depending on how much you have traveled, you can use something that actually has happened, or you can get creative, of course, and dream up a vacation you're going to take one day in the future. A regrettable action is one that, just remember, if you do write about something that is negative or something that might come from past trauma, it's something that you feel comfortable sharing with your classmates, because with peer review, your classmates will get to read your paper. So regrettable action, I've gotten some really powerful papers for that one, but just make sure whatever you write about, you feel comfortable sharing with the class. If you don't, I recommend journaling that concept, or maybe just working through it personally and then writing about a different topic. But I've gotten some really good ones that students did feel comfortable sharing that were the regrettable action topic. A fun night at the movies. For those of you that love to go to the movies and watch movies with your friends, you can describe what movie you saw, the friends that came with you, and if it was comedy, like you guys giggling, or your reactions, or if it's a scary movie, maybe your friend was really nervous about the movie, and you can describe the taste of the salty popcorn and the sounds in the lobby, or all sorts of aspects. But as someone who loves going to the movies, that's always been a fun topic for me personally. A picture that is close to your heart. So you can describe what the picture looks like and why it means so much to you personally. I've had some students share pictures of their grandparents, maybe a grandparent that's passed away, or a friend or loved one that's no longer here with us. But just remember, pick something you feel comfortable writing about. But that has also been a really powerful topic in the past as well. But as you can see, I've got a variety of options on here. I like to have these fairly open topic for essays so that students can truly get engaged with the essay and be interested in what they're writing about. Honestly, the more interested you are as a writer, the more interesting it's going to be as a reader. So just make sure you choose the topic that you genuinely are excited to write about. The final draft late submission rule for my class is 10 points off every day late for that final draft submission. And this is just to incentivize turning papers in on time. And this is just a life skill that's really helpful for future classes and future careers. So I try to make sure that you guys do, it's really important to be prompt, let's put it that way. So as long as you turn in this final draft by Wednesday, January 24th, by midnight, you will not have to have any points deducted. All of your final drafts are going to be graded using the English 101 grading rubric, which is on that Getting Started page in Blackboard. I always have it attached on the Getting Started page. So if you want to see your rubric in advance, it's already available to you. Also, all of your final drafts are going to be scanned with anti-plagiarism software. So this means that If you do plagiarize, which means taking information from another student or an online source and using it as your own, which is cheating, I will not only know that you've plagiarized, but I'll have it, literally there's a percentage of how much it's plagiarized, and I'll know the source that you got it from. And so just please do not plagiarize. If it does become an issue, of course, we'll have to discuss what to do next based off how egregious the plagiarism is. But just make sure that you do not copy and you just turn in your own work. Also, don't turn in papers from past classes, because there's a really good chance it'll come up as plagiarized even if it was your own original work. So just make sure you write fresh papers every assignment for this course for many reasons. I always include a brainstorming and outlining space at the bottom just so that you can write out notes that you may be exploring ideas within your topics. You can write out different subtopic ideas and explore down there. So you're not required to brainstorm an outline, but I find that many students like to, just to get them started. But if you ever have any questions, please let me know. I do realize this is an online course, but I try to be really accessible through email, and my office is in Wallace Hall 138. So if you are ever on campus, feel free to stop by and ask questions or just say hello. Welcome to my class, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks. Bye.